Hey guys, Mark Lyon here, Lion Horses, helping you be the person your horse deserves. Today I'm going to show you one of the best tricks when starting Mustangs to kind of just get your first touch on them. And this is something that I've developed over a few years of starting a bunch of Mustangs for competitions and for other people, and use a little pool noodle. It's nice and soft. It does make a little bit of noise, which kind of helps them get used to the desensitization of stuff. And we're going to show you how we do it with this horse today. I got a horse that they want to get a halter on and get ready to lead, and so we're going to start. It's just kind of fresh wild, so we're going to get its first touch, and we're going to show you how to do that today. Stay tuned. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to have a pen that's big enough they don't feel super threatened by you in it. This one I'm going to guess is about 20 by maybe 30, something like that. You know, 12 by 12 is too small, right? You get in there and they're trying to jump out away from you, and you might get kicked. And so you want something that they can feel comfortable in there with you in there and not feel threatened. So like a 20 by 20 pen is pretty good. You also want it small enough that they can't get away from you very easily. So what I use is this is a extendable painter's pole. This one's Worcester, I think. Yeah, made by the Worcester Company in Worcester, Ohio. Made in America, great American-made company, which I've actually been there. It's a pretty cool place. And I have a piece of this. Is a piece of 3/4 inch PEX. 3/4 inch PEX will normally fit over the end of that little threaded end. They have a little threaded end that threads into your paintbrush or your paint roller, and you can thread that on the end of that deal. It's a pretty snug fit, but works pretty good. Let me get it. It's a nice friction fit on there, which helps keep everything together. There we go. It won't fit on there. Dip the end in some boiling water for a little bit. It'll go soft and you can kind of get it over. So anyway, thread that on there. Then what I do is I'll put my pool noodle on there. This pool noodle, it's got a big old hole in the middle. So I got a piece of pipe, this is CPVC. Stuck it on there, just kind of give it a little bushing. That fits on there pretty good. That way I got a nice little, kind of stiffens it up a little bit. And you can stick it on this pole without this. This just gives it a little bit more firmness. And so now you can extend this thing out as far as you want. And you can start getting where you could reach out and touch that one. Now, so what we're going to do is, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to let him figure out that we want him to go one direction or the other. So when we're kind of like the round pen, I'm going to reach out there and see if I can touch him a little bit. And if he goes, I want him to go in one direction or the other. So I'm going to reach out here and see if oh, he says, oh. So I'm going to let him go around here to my left. I'm just going to hold it above him. I'm not really touching him with it, but I'm just holding it there. And I'm going to let him figure out that he's in no danger. Then when he stops and looks at me, I'm going to step back. Let him have a little break there. You're going to have to read your horse a little bit, but this will give you the general idea. Now I'm going to let him go around there for just a second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to touch it to him, and I'm going to just kind of see if I can just keep it touched. There you go. Good. Now he's starting to kind of figure out that he can stand still. Good. As he hangs out there a minute, I'm going to take it away. That way you can kind of figure out, hey, it's not going to hurt you, but you also can't escape it. Like you can move around, and I'm going to let him move, And if he gets too worried, I'll take it away a little bit, but I'm not gonna completely release the pressure. Pretty soon he'll get so you can reach out there and touch him with it. One nice thing about having a smaller pin is they can't get running too fast and bang into the panels very hard. So if they bump into the panel, it's not like they're going 900 miles an hour. The pin is small enough that they can't get going really far, really fast. That was a good try with him. Went around there. I just touched him a little bit. Kind of was able to stand still. He's like, it doesn't feel too threatening. So he stood still. I took it away from him and said, yeah, that's perfect. When I touch you, it doesn't necessarily mean you should move. There. Good. So that's a little tip that I'll kind of wanted to show you guys. When I do a lot of these Mustang clinics, that's the first thing we do is get them so you can touch them. The first thing, as you're doing that, I want to also get so that you can direct them around the pen to the left or to the right. So they're just not willy-nilly running back and forth, but you're going to go, hey, I want you to go around to the left, or I want you to go around to the right, and then get where you can get closer to them with an object, touch them. Pretty soon, it won't take very long. They'll be comfortable with you touching them, or with this pool noodle touching them, and then you can get a little closer. I'm going to show you a little trick that I found when you get a little bit closer, when you're maybe you've got to the point where you can touch them, but they're still a little bit worried about you reaching up and touching them. Got a little trick that I'm going to show you that's saved a lot of time. So we'll use that in the next video.